During the chaos of World War II, soldiers and survivalists faced more than bullets and bombs. They battled the elements, often trapped in forests, mountains, or snowy landscapes, with minimal supplies. One of the most critical skills for survival in these conditions was fire, not for cooking alone, but for warmth, signalling, and maintaining morale. Yet starting a fire in the rain, snow, or damp wood was a constant challenge. That's where a seemingly simple yet ingenious invention came into play. A survival fire paste made from materials almost anyone could find. Though nearly forgotten today, this paste became a lifeline in countless field operations and offers lessons still relevant for backyard enthusiasts and survivalists alike. Why conventional fire starting often failed in World War II conditions. Standard fire-starting materials like dry twigs or kindling were unreliable in wet or snowbound environments. Soldiers frequently carried matches, but these were vulnerable to moisture. Flint and steel required skill and often failed under stress. Even small stoves could be difficult to ignite in heavy snow or high winds. Field manuals and veteran accounts from Europe, North Africa, and the Pacific all highlight the same problem. Fire was life, but fire was fragile. A method that stored energy in a concentrated, moisture-resistant form became essential. What World War II fire paste was and why it worked. The survival fire paste of World War II was deceptively simple. A thick, spreadable substance composed of wax, powdered fuels, and sometimes oils or resin. Its genius lay in combining flammable elements in a stable, malleable form. Unlike loose tinder that could scatter or get wet, the paste retained its shape, burned consistently, and could even be applied to surfaces to start fires in tricky conditions. Soldiers could scoop a small portion onto a rock, bark, or metal, ignite it, and maintain a reliable flame long enough to ignite larger kindling. The paste essentially concentrated firepower into a portable, highly efficient package. So, let's talk about how the materials were chosen for accessibility and effectiveness. Each component of the paste served a distinct purpose, you know. Wax or fat acted as a binder and fuel source, holding everything together while burning slowly. Powdered wood, charcoal or sawdust provided rapid ignition and, well, a steady flame. In some recipes, small amounts of resin or petroleum derivatives were added to resist moisture and increase burn temperature. Importantly, these ingredients were either scavenged from local environments, standard military supplies, or easily stored in small containers, making the paste practical for field conditions. Its simplicity allowed soldiers, medics, and even civilians to improvise without needing specialized chemicals. Now, how did soldiers and survivalists use the fire paste effectively? The paste was versatile. Small portions could be used to start cooking fires in wet conditions or stoke a stove when traditional kindling was soaked. For outdoor signalling, the paste burned with visible smoke, which could alert rescuers or nearby units. Some soldiers smeared the paste on the inside of metal containers or used it to ignite torches for temporary illumination. In extreme cold, it allowed hands and feet to thaw quickly by providing instant controlled heat. Experienced users learn to shape it into pellets, ropes or logs, tailoring burn time to specific tasks. How you can recreate and apply the World War II fire paste in a modern backyard or survival scenario. For backyard enthusiasts, the principles are surprisingly simple. You can combine beeswax or candle wax with finely shredded sawdust or powdered charcoal. Mix in a small amount of cooking oil or resin if desired for moisture resistance. Heat gently until the mixture binds into a thick mouldable paste, then allow it to cool in small containers or silicone moulds. In practical use, smear a pea-sized amount on kindling, place it under sticks or logs, and light. It burns slowly and reliably, even when wood is damp. You can create different shapes for longer burn times or easy storage, perfect for camping, emergency kits or backyard fire pits when wood is slightly wet. So, why is this forgotten technique still relevant today? Well, the World War II fire paste teaches us, some critical lessons about efficiency, adaptability and resourcefulness. In survival or preparedness contexts, it demonstrates that fire doesn't have to be complicated or high-tech. Concentrating fuel in a malleable, portable form reduces reliance on perfect conditions and, really maximizes your chances of success. Beyond survival, experimenting with fire paste also improves your understanding of combustion, energy storage and improvisation. Skills that remain valuable for educators, historians and, enthusiasts of practical survival. How to make fire paste part of your survival mindset. Building and storing your own paste encourages proactive thinking about emergency preparedness. Unlike matches or lighters, which can fail, the paste is durable, compact and reusable. Knowing how to apply it effectively transforms fire from a fragile resource into a reliable tool. It also reinforces a mindset shared by World War II soldiers. Ingenuity and careful use of available materials often outperformed raw strength or standard equipment. If this dive into World War II survival fire paste sparked your curiosity and gave you practical takeaways for the backyard or wilderness, subscribe to the channel. Share this video with fellow history buffs, survivalists and DIY enthusiasts so these lost techniques remain alive, useful and ready for anyone who wants to master fire under any conditions.